それは初め9だった。
Hello guys, welcome to my channel. Isekei is a kind of fantasy anime where a protagonist transported or reborn from the realm they know to an unknown one. Typically, the isekei series will place a character in a magical realm of fantasy. Though hardly it appears in reverse. In current years, there has been a huge influence of isekei anime, somewhat due to the worldwide fame of Sword Art Online. However, this isekei anime list will not cover SAO. Rather, we will concentrate on other fantasy anime that is, dare we say, more enjoyable than SAO. Here are 10 isekei anime titles that approach the isekei genre in unique and innovative ways. Number 10. Honzuki no Gekkokuju. Urano Motosu loves books and has an endless desire to read literature, no matter the subject. She almost fulfills her dream job of becoming a librarian before her life is ended in an accident. As she draws her last breath, she wishes to be able to read more books in her next life. As if fate was listening to her prayer, she wakes up reincarnated as Min, a frail 5-year-old girl living in a medieval era. What immediately comes to her mind is her passion. She tries to find something to read, only to become frustrated by the lack of books at her disposal. Number 9. Sentuan, Heiken Shimasu. As a chief operative of the villainous Kisaragi Corporation, Sentuan Roku-go receives orders to help the organization conquer the entire known universe. Tasked with infiltrating the Kingdom of Grace, a mission that could change the fate of the world, Roku-go mistakenly believes that his skills as a combatant are superb, fueling his arrogant attitude. To ensure the success of the mission, Alice Kisaragi, an exceptional android with a youthful appearance named after the company itself, is assigned to be Roku-go's travel companion. Number 8. Kami Tachi ni Hiroweta Otoko. Deep in the forest, far from any human contact, there lives a child named Yoma Takebayashi. He engages in the rather strange hobby of keeping various types of slimes as pets. Furthermore, despite his young age, he has a sturdy physique and good compatibility for magic. All of this is because, having endured much hardship in his previous life, 3 gods grace Yoma with a second chance to pursue one goal: savor the wonders of life. Number 7. Mairi Mashita, Aruma-kun.
If I defeat a teacher, then I'll be famous. Strength is everything. Oh, I see. You're a moron.
14-year-old Aruma Suzuki has been unfortunate all his life, having to work to earn money for his irresponsible parents despite being underage. One day, he finds out that his parents sold him to the demon Sullivan. However, Aruma's worries about what will become of him are soon relieved, for Sullivan merely wants a grandchild, pampering him and making him attend the demon school Babbles. At first, Aruma tries to keep a low profile in fear of his peers discovering that he is hum. Unfortunately, this ends up being more difficult than he expected. It turns out that Sullivan himself is the chairman of the school, and everyone expects him to become the next demon king.
He will consent to anything and can't say no. He's such a pushover, even he finds him.
Number 6. Slime Taushite 300 Nen. In role-playing games, slimes are usually the easiest monster to kill, and because of that, they yield few experience points. But what would happen if you live long enough to keep defeating them for 300 years? After many years of being a corporate slave, Azusa Aizawa abruptly passes away due to severe exhaustion. Seemingly headed for the afterlife, she meets a goddess who bestows her with immortality alongside a peaceful life in another world. There, Azusa enjoys her days tending to her farm, protecting the nearby village, and killing about 25 slimes per day, a routine that continues for at least 3 centuries.
私は3000年生きとる上級魔族じゃぞ。もうなんとでもなれなのだ。姉さんのこと、私が死んでも守りますんで。
ホネスティは円卓会議を離脱します。その上で。
Number 5. Log Horizon.
初めからこうなることはわか。
In the blink of an eye, 30,000 bewildered Japanese gamers are whisked from their everyday lives into the world of the popular MMORPG, Elder Tale, after the game's latest update, unable to log out. Among them is the socially awkward college student Shiro, whose confusion and shock lasts only a moment as, a veteran of the game, he immediately sets out to explore the limits of his new reality. Shiro must learn to live in this new world, leading others and negotiating with the NPC natives in order to bring stability to the virtual city of Akihabara. He is joined by his unfortunate friend Naotsugu, having logged in for the first time in years only to find himself trapped, and Akitsuki, a petite but fierce assassin who labels Shiro as her master.
婚約の話が2週間後にあります。
それははじめ9だった。
Number 4. Fumetsu no Anatari. It, a mysterious immortal being, is sent to the earth with no emotions nor identity. However, it is able to take the shape of those around that have a strong impetus. At first, it is a sphere. Then, it imitates the form of a rock. As the temperature drops and snow falls atop the moss, it inherits the moss. When an injured, lone wolf comes limping by and lays down to die, it takes on the form of the animal. Finally, it gains consciousness and begins to traverse the empty tundra until it meets a boy.
なんてね、魚でした。鳥は燃料節約だ。生肉を。あ、ほら。
空洞で私は雲に転生した。
Number 3. Kumo desu ga, Nani ka.
小説やゲームのような元は引きこもりの可愛らしい女子高生だった。どういうわけか。
The day is as normal as it can be in high school as the students peacefully go about their everyday activities until an unprecedented catastrophe strikes the school, killing every person in its wake. Guided by what seems to be a miracle, a handful of students are fortunate enough to be reincarnated into another world as nobles, princes, and other kinds of people with prestigious backgrounds.
ていたところだった。あ、苗が。エルロー大迷宮と呼ばれる広大な地下。そして気づいた時にはことを余儀なくされたのだった。
身元不明の30代中盤と見られる男、トラックにはねられ意識不明の。
Number 2. Mushoku Tensei.
てかここはどこ？病院じゃないのか？
Despite being bullied, scorned, and oppressed all of his life, a 34-year-old shut-in still found the resolve to attempt something heroic, only for it to end in a tragic accident. But in a twist of fate, he awakens in another world as Rudius Greyrit, starting life again as a baby born to 2 loving parents. Preserving his memories and knowledge from his previous life, Rudius quickly adapts to his new environment. With the mind of a grown adult, he starts to display magical talent that exceeds all expectations, honing his skill with the help of a mage named Roxy Magurdia. Rudius learns swordplay from his father, Paul, and meets Sylphiette, a girl his age who quickly becomes his closest friend.
人並みに生きて人並み。
できたよレディー。
無職。
Number 1. Tensei Shitara Slime Dutta Ken.
というか、彼女いない歴37年。
37-year-old Satoru Mikami is a typical corporate worker, who is perfectly content with his monotonous lifestyle in Tokyo, other than failing to nail down a girlfriend even once throughout his life. In the midst of a casual encounter with his colleague, he falls victim to a random assailant on the streets and is stabbed. However, while succumbing to his injuries, a peculiar voice echoes in his mind, and recites a bunch of commands which the dying man cannot make sense of.
そうとかいう希少な薬草なんだったらこの石ころなんかも価値があったり
先輩先輩
耐熱耐性獲得成功しました。
Here we have finished our list. Our appointment is renewed in another video. Do not forget to subscribe and support us to encourage us to continue.